Hello my friends of the Pompidous. I am on the boat here in Kingston, Jamaica, Royal Jamaican Yacht Club. And today I like to tell you a little bit about my experience with the German company Torqeedo. Torqeedo from Starnberg is what should I say, a famous company in producing electrical motors for boats. Not only for dinghies and zodiacs, but also for real other boats like power boats and so on. I was considering quite a time to change from my fuel burning outboarder to an electrical motor, and after my sailing tour from Jamaica to Cuba, Cayman Islands, back to Jamaica, and unfortunately my Zodiac, and including the motor, was stolen in a remote island in Cuba. Can you imagine? So when I came home to Jamaica, there was the opportunity to realize now my wish or my thinking about an electrical motor. So I ordered one. I opted for a Travel 1003 from Torqeedo. I bought it in Germany by a bigger online company. I was happy and excited, and I had a wonderful time with the motor. But then a year ago, roughly a year ago, in June, I received an international warning message, and a day later also an email from the dealer where I bought the motor, that some batteries, depending on the serial numbers of the battery, have a production failure. If water is entering the battery case, the battery can explode, can set on fire, and can even harm people. So it was expressed in a fact sheet sent by Torqeedo. Torqeedo offered to check the battery in one of their service centers, and as an alternative they also offered the possibility to upgrade your battery to a battery with a bigger capacity. So I opted for the second alternative, for a bigger battery. Of course you had to pay some additional money to cover the costs. We, that means Torqeedo and myself, we agreed for the second option, and the company confirmed also that they will cover the transportation costs. I must say I was happy, satisfied, and I was not really very much surprised. I was expecting this from a company with that reputation. I sent the required information to the company, and then the whole mess started, or in fact nothing started. I never heard anything from the company again. I emailed them several times. I started emailing from the sales representatives to the technical service, even to the CEO. And I never heard anything from the company, not even a confirmation about my email. Then I involved the dealer company, and they tried the very best to fight in my behalf, but even they were not able to find a solution or that Torqeedo will keep the promise. I was only informed that there is no alternative for me. I have to cover all the costs because the contract, the business was made in Germany. The place of execution of the sale was Germany, and I'm now in Jamaica. At the end of the day, I have to say, stay away or keep your fingers away from a Torqeedo motor as long as you are not navigating close to their service centers. And I can tell you on own experience, there are only a few ones outside of Europe and Germany. Story of my adventure, in fact it's not really an adventure, it's more a story of disappointment and sadness. But at the end of the day, as I said, it is how it is. If you like to sail long distances, or you even think about to circumnavigate our wonderful globe, please stay away from Torqeedo. Because if something happens, you are totally on your own. You cannot really change a lot on an electrical motor. It's not rocket science. There are only some moving parts, and then you have the lithium battery. And you have a problem with the lithium battery, you cannot really do anything without the help and the support of the company. I was proud, I have to say, and I was also happy. The first years I was using the Torqeedo motor here in the Royal Jamaican Yacht Club. My sailing fellows, they were impressed and they asked a lot of questions when they saw me using the motor with little or barely no noise, with a decent speed, and of course with the advantages of this lower weight compared to a normal fuel burning outboarder. And also the possibility to recharge it with even solar. And I think a lot of my friends here were considering to change from their normal fuel burning outboarder to an electrical motor is a nice option. But after they heard my story and they saw how you are alone and you are on your own without any support, without any technical support from the company, I would say, Torqeedo, this cake is eaten. Once again, stay away, keep your fingers away from Torqeedo, look for alternatives, because I think an electrical motor is quite a nice alternative to a fuel burning motor, and this technology has a future, and it should be used more in the sailing community. As a German and someone who represented my country for decades abroad, I must say I'm very much disappointed about the German company Torqeedo. I couldn't imagine that nobody will contact me and find a compromise or find a solution or offer me some sort of help and support. You are on your own, that is the fact. I will stay to the technology, I will look for alternatives. I don't like to be depending on a company which is not reliable. It is not that the motor is not giving you some trouble. I have broken fins, I had a broken propeller, I have broken splints. Sometimes not really explainable why this material is so delicate. For example, the splint, who is connecting the propeller to the shaft, doesn't seem to be marine grade stainless steel, because after several times in the water it's starting to corrode, and it's even difficult to remove it or to change it to a newer one. There are also other things which are connected to a quality problem. I never had a broken fin, I never had a broken propeller on my fuel-driven outboarder, but all of this I had with my Torqeedo. But at the end of the day I was happy to have an electrical motor to charge it even with solar, so I was not judging them too much for these shortcomings. But now everything together, the problem with the after-sales service, with the general behavior of the company and the quality issues, I can only give you this advice. Stay away, keep your fingers away from a Torqeedo motor.